Oh,
yeah.
yeah. You know what it is, man. Savage AF. Forget your feelings. Facts do matter. Unless you're a Republican. We are your hosts. I am Black Pedro, and this guy to my virtual right.
And I am Shang.
Yeah, there you go. That's all it
Yeah,
takes.
it-
Savage AF, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. We are the show that gives you politics, hot topics, current events, international issues in an I don't give a fluff kind of style. The algorithm tells us we should not curse in the first 5 minutes. So we will be cursing in 3 minutes and 25
25
seconds.
cents.
Yeah. But in the meantime, in between time, just know that
Wow,
we are here.
that was very old school.
Hey.
In the meantime, in the between
In
time.
the mean, hey.
Hey, you're listening to KPKPARA.
Hey, don't spray it,
Yeah,
all day.
yeah, that was you sounded real.
Hey, man, that's the effect I was
Yeah,
looking for. You can find us live Monday
all
through
the way
Friday,
live.
all the way live.
Yeah,
Typically Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously.
simultaneously.
If you ever miss us live, you're a junkie, a
Yeah,
stone cold
and
crackhead
and and you know what? You wash your butt in a puddle in front of the stores.
of more butt juice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But listen, you can get your butt much cleaner if you can turn your whole life around if you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, get
yeah.
notified.
It's
YouTube
scrolling
is
right
scrolling at
there.
the bottom, youtube.com/C/SavageAF World.
And
When you
when you
get there,
get there,
hey, when you get there, don't stare,
look
be
out,
aware.
slappy dappy, baby.
Hey,
And I want to
eat
say,
that.
also make sure you slap it dappy. I don't know. That's how you sound today to me.
I'm gonna do that all day now. Just be like, hey, the only station that brings you 24/7. I
Yeah, that's
don't
how
give
you
a
sound.
fluff style of
Right.
information.
Also, check this out, everybody. Listen to me carefully. We're not done there. If you have thumbs, use your thumbs on our so it helps our algorithm. And use your thumbs. So thumbs up on there. Make sure you go
Yeah.
and check out. And you know what? When you rate it, it does help us too. So rate, subscribe, comment, talk smack, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, we appreciate your attention and good or bad. Uh, it doesn't matter. Now,
And listen, and if you've been do it on all the platforms because like I said, we're simultaneously streaming on two platforms. So Savage A dot F dot on Facebook, Meta World Place Peace, whatever you call it. But on Facebook, Savage A dot F dot. If you look us up there, that's where we are.
yeah.
Also, but speaking of platforms, we're comedians. We need everybody I got, and everybody needs a platform now. The most important one,
Very important.
above all, like literally
Super
comedians.
important.
Comedians are dropping dead in the streets
Life,
because they don't have numbers.
life and
I'm
death
one of them.
important.
Instagram, it's more important than anything else.
So
IG, I call it the IG.
I call it my blood force.
the adrenochrome of social media.
Yes.
So make sure you follow
Make
us
sure you follow us
on
at
Instagram at Black Pedro, at comedian Shang. That's a G on the end, guys. All right,
yes.
don't mess
And,
that up. And then
and
there's a twin cousin app, right, Shang?
threads, the poop of logos. It looks
the
like dog
the
poop to me.
doggy swirl of logos. Yeah.
Make sure you follow us on threads. If you follow us on threads, you're a good person. And if you don't follow us on threads, since it's after 5 minutes, you can suck a donkey's ass.
An ass's ass.
Yeah.
Suck
So
ass.
I don't mean like the Democrats. I mean the actual donkey.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a
no.
flat out.
Ass. An
Just,
ass's
I'm
ass.
talking about.
Biblical mule ass.
All right. So
Ass.
I see some people
Um,
in the feed already.
Fuck Your Feelings, Facts Matter, LG, Damani Jones. Let's build this building while we do it. Thank y'all for being here. Shane, you got any shout outs for any shows? It's Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, I'll be in Alameda this weekend. Alameda Comedy Club.
That's
Friday and
Yay area.
Friday and Saturday, Alameda Comedy Club. I'll be up there Friday and Saturday. If you're in the Oakland area or the Alameda area, I will
San Francisco area.
San Francisco area. Lots of areas.
Lompoc and Skeleton Bay.
Ghost ride the whip.
Gouda. You know what it is. So hey, yay area folks.
Catch yay area.
Hey. That being said, man, let's just get into it, dog. It's Savage AF, man. Fuck Your Feelings, Facts Matter. Black Pedro, comedian Shang. We actually don't give a fuck about your feelings. Facts matter. It's Monday, November 20th, 2023. The fuck happened to this year? Thanksgiving's on Thursday, y'all. That being said, we're gonna end today's show with the Shangry. I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I'm sitting here like, ooh, can't wait. Let's see. So I don't know if you want to reveal it now, Shang, or
no, you can read it.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see it right there. Okay. So today's Shangry is Dems, as in Democrats. Wear a cup. It's league rules, guys. Protect your nuts.
Very important that you put a barrier between any kind of damage in your balls. It's standard equipment. And I'm just saying, in this situation that the Democrats are in, I think they need to wear a cup on a cup, and then they wear a cup on their face and a cup on their shoulders. They need to just be covered in cups.
Well, speaking of cups, man, for your nuts, it's football season, y'all, and Black Pedro popping today. We talking game time, bitch. Game time.
I got to give it to you, man.
Game time.
His Lions are looking quite toasty.
We're going to talk about
it. LG in the money.
But before we get into it, man, before we get into any of that, Diddy and them, by the way, your boy Diddy in a little bit of trouble. We might get into
that. No, he's in a lot of trouble.
Maybe a lot of bit. But he had a slogan back in the day and a whole campaign that was vote or die. Well, they trying to kill all of that shit. So now it's vote while you can. Okay. I want you guys to know we here at Savage AF want you guys to know that the Voting Rights Act is pretty critical to Black existence in America.
Well, hold on. If you want to put it clearly, it's a reason that the blacks, the blacks or the Negroes or the Negroids, the Negroids is what we used to call them scientifically. They can vote because of it pretty much. And I'm just letting you know. It's up for debate if it's going to actually,
So here's what it is, man. Currently, a federal court, a court of federal judges are deliberating a case in which could really affect our voting rights in America, right? And when I say ours, I mean Black people, right? Because we see the efforts to gerrymander and redistrict on the state level in order to lessen the concentration and power of Black votes. But typically nowadays when voting rights are infringed upon, the cases are brought by individuals and civil rights groups, right? Like this is Ben Crump time. You know what I'm saying? Like usually you got to find a Ben Crump or somebody like that.
I feel that they were wrong and I
Yeah,
will show you they are wrong, and you will find out they are wrong. I'm going to say wrong again because they are wrong.
yeah, man. And it's business. It's big business, right? But um, the DOJ. So this case that's being deliberated on a federal level, on a federal court level, is they're deciding basically whether individuals have the right to bring these cases or strictly the DOJ. And what these courts seem to be leaning towards, and the law seems to be leaning towards, is the idea that only the Department of Justice can bring voting rights cases against any given state or body, or right. That being said, you have to understand that right now, as it goes, the DOJ isn't that big. Like, they don't have enough resources to cover all of this. So
Right.
the overwhelming majority, like 97% literally, of cases that are brought before, appellate courts and things like that, in around voting rights, are brought by private citizens and civil rights groups, right? NAACP,
Right.
ACLU, things like that, right? The DOJ
NWA.
doesn't have there's so much fuckery that goes on, Shang, and I'm gonna pass it to you, right? There's so much fuckery that goes on. The DOJ doesn't have the resources to do it. In this case, if these judges decide wrong, would put that onus strictly on the DOJ and not give individuals or civil rights groups the privilege of
Right.
bringing cases,
In
forward.
front
And
of you know what I'm calling? I'm calling bullshit. Okay, we know what they're doing. We know the fact that they know that people of color, if we vote in force, even if we vote in a portion of force, we will end up beating
change the
them.
game.
Yeah, it would change the game. They know they don't like people of color voting. They just do not like that. And the bottom line is, when we come vote, black women, black men, even the percentage of, I'm not saying the Republicans shouldn't get a shot, but the bottom line is they are really going hard in the paint because they know that they lost in Kentucky, they lost in Ohio, and they lost because they're not popular.
They've been losing the past three
Yeah. So
election cycles.
our vote, what they're basically trying to do with our vote is this: they're trying to basically nullify our vote.
Yeah.
So we gotta make sure that they know, that I know, that you know, that we know, that they know, that I know, that you know, because Pedro knows that I know that y'all trying to pull some fuckery. And if these judges do what I think they're gonna do, there's a reason judges should have security. Because if they do this, they need their ass beat. They need their entire ass beat. I don't mean one cheek. I mean both cheeks just beat. Like,
And no, and again, Shang is not condoning violence. What he means is your biblical mule should be whipped.
no, I mean the ass. I meant their actual ass. I was
The gluteus maximus?
Yeah, I meant human
The
being. I don't know.
glutes?
No,
All right,
yeah, I
my bad.
mean flat out.
I
If
was
these
trying to clean it
judges,
up.
nah, it's too
I was
late.
trying not to get
I'm
flagged.
sick of you, motherfucker. I know. Try not to get us flagged again.
Just trying to keep the show
We
alive
are.
for another week.
If we could just hang in there
We
for
could
another week,
it's Monday.
you know. I personally think that the judges, if they are right wing, it's about to be a wrap. I think that individuals are going to have their rights stripped away from them to even debate about it.
Well,
So get ready
that's
for it.
that's the key to this, though, right? It's like, if something like this occurs, if this court decides that the DOJ is the only one who can bring, voting right acts, cases against whatever a state, it like vote or die, turning up to the poll, it might not matter anymore. Like, that's the point of it, right? It's like, we could show up, have our rights infringed upon, and then if the DOJ doesn't have the resources to react to that, we would have no recourse, no justice to protect our voting rights, right? And this is why this is very, very important, and something that I want to bring up today so that we could talk about it. Because I know you and I, Shang, we talk a lot about showing up to vote, participating in the process. And when you participate in the process, then you can complain about it, right?
Right?
But if
Yeah.
you don't participate, then you can't complain. But in this instance, if things go the wrong way, participation won't matter or might not
No,
matter.
it's not gonna matter. So,
Which
uh,
doesn't mean don't
yeah,
participate.
don't be.
Again, I'm
We still
saying
want you to get out there
participate
and vote.
so you
Yeah,
can complain.
definitely
Yeah,
vote, vote, vote,
that
vote, vote.
but it would then become a different fight, a different struggle, a different obstacle for us to overcome. And this is critical in this time in America and even globally when um democracy is on the attack. Like there are authoritarians around the world who are trying to take over their countries or already have. And Donald orange tinted Trump is the next guy. He wants to do that so freaking badly, right? Like he
He
wants
also
to
said what
be
he's
a
gonna
dictator.
do. He already said what he's gonna do once he gets in. It's all about him revenge when he gets back in.
Revenge.
That's all he's
Get
gonna
at your
do.
enemies. You come for me, I'm gonna come for you. That kind of that thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, ultimately, I don't know what the message is. It's like, yeah, we still got to get out and vote, but now we got to watch this other fight where when we go out and vote and we're potentially disenfranchised, we might not have any protection against that. And
Well, I
that, my
think that.
friends, is gonna be that's where we're in a whole different thing.
Well, I can already tell you what's gonna happen.
America 2.0.
Yeah, the
But
Democrats. The Democrats simply are the worst.
now I'm
At
saying, how you gonna put this on the Democrats,
it's
man?
all. It is totally the Democrats.
How is it their fault?
What do you mean? How's it their fault? What are you
I
talking
mean,
about?
I mean, like, well, I mean, it's a simple question. I think, like, how are the like the Democratic Party? How is it responsible for this potential pending situation? Like, they're not pushing the agenda. It's not their agenda. They're not pushing it.
Okay, the reason it's the
They
Democrats' fault, and anybody in the feed don't like what I'm saying, you can check me.
ass. You can eat
Right?
an ass's
Yeah,
ass.
yeah, yeah. The bottom line is the reason it is
Ass.
they know this shit is happening. They know this red line happening. They know all of this, and they're not making enough noise. They're not screaming to the rafters that yo, this shit is fucked up. And this case, they know we know what it's about. It's not about oh, we're trying to make sure everything is safe and secure with elections. It's not about that. It's about the Republicans getting an advantage because they know that without that, they've lost the popular vote the last 5 fucking times. They lost like by a lot, like
Yeah,
millions.
no, they
But
don't. They're
they
not popular.
they're not popular. Their policies aren't popular, but all they want is power and revenge and racism and xenophobia and on and on. They're fucking full of shit. And you know what? And their mamas is hoes too.
But that to me sounds like the Republicans are the problem, not the Democrats, right?
No, but it's the Democrats' fault because the Democrats never, step up and
well, I
fight.
mean, no, I mean, well, okay, so we're admitting that the Republicans their policies are not popular, and that they've been losing in the last 2-3 cycles, right?
Yeah, but they not.
So I mean, I think obviously the Democrats have campaigned effectively.
No,
I mean, they won the governorships. We took over the Senate barely, but got it, and didn't lose as many seats as we thought we would in the House. They lost seats and lost control. Okay, but not in this landslide. So Mike Johnson, I'm sorry, I mispronounced his name.
yeah, they
Mike
did.
KKK, racist as fuck Johnson, Christian conservative nut fuck Johnson, has taken over the House, the speakership.
Well, he's not gonna be there long because
But
they don't. He's not right wing enough for these bitches.
well, I think he's moving in that direction. He announced that he's going to release 44,000 all sorry me start that over. He's going to release all 44,000 hours of the January 6th footage that was gathered by the January 6th committee, and release it to the public, which seems like his attempt to appease that MAGA QAnon. These motherfuckers right now are still spewing this shit about there being federal, like Christopher Wray, director of the FBI, last week had to respond to a Republican congressman at an oversight hearing, and was directly asked if there were FBI agents on the ground instigating the January 6th event. And Christopher Wray had to be like, fuck out of here, son. What are you talking about?
What are you talking
Nigga,
about?
you think we had agents actively trying to overturn the motherfucking government? Like, fuck, suck my dick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he said it. He didn't say it like that. That's a bad.
I don't think he said it. Yeah,
but in his heart, that's how he felt.
Hey,
AJ's.
By the way, suck my dick.
AJ Fit is in the building, also probably lifting the building. Dems fold, let ish happen. Always want to meet in the middle and be friends with the enemy. Have the majority vote and don't push.
AJ
like
Fit is right
at everything.
Exactly.
So, and not all Dems are trying to reach across the aisle, right?
Yes,
like no, that's what the squad is about.
Oh no,
Bro,
they always say.
Are you telling me? With the brother from New York, Jamal,
the one that pulled the fire,
the fire alarm, right? The squad, Ilhan Omar.
No, they always like,
Rashid.
You know why? They all
AOC.
bitches. All of these bitches.
Ayanna Presley. They're not. They are not trying to reach across the aisle.
That is not. What are you talking about? You know what? They always say, my colleague, my esteemed colleague.
They are.
No, they're not.
That's the language. That's the language.
Yeah, they should say these bitches over here.
That motherfucker is racist.
Right. Flat out. Let's just go there because we're gonna lose in the big election if we don't. Period.
By the way, we talked about Mark Wayne Mullen.
Yeah.
The former MMA guy who wanted to fight the Teamster leader.
And the Teamster's like, come on.
Let's go. Mark Wayne is small. He's probably like he stands on a box when he's at a podium. Like he stands on a little Apple box, Shane. You know.
No, I didn't know that.
There's photos of this nigga standing on Apple boxes at the podium because he's that teeny.
Teeny. He was ready to fight though.
Let me see. Me, you. All the pronouns are in the house. Hello, gentlemen. Sorry, Shang, you are wrong. Now this got personal.
Oh, shut
it's not
mouth,
it's,
me, you. Shut
it's
your
not
mouth.
Democrats' fault. It's people who aren't voting in the local elections and who aren't holding their local elected officials accountable.
Okay. Me,
well,
you.
Now hold on. This is an interesting point.
Get
it in. Go. I'll allow. Retort, Shang. Retort.
The Democrats know that local elections are important. So why don't they emphasize it more when they're on national platforms like MSNBC or CNN or any of these local national platforms? Local elections are important. Spend some of that money on some of that shit, okay? And yes, and they mamas are hoes. The point is,
your mama's a hoe. If I ever hear that in Congress, I get
I quit.
That'll be amazing.
I'm saying to you, all of you, the Democrats simply do not understand. The building's already on fire. What are you doing? What are you doing?
So what you is saying though, Shang, is that it's not the Democratic Party's fault.
It is the Democratic Party's fault.
What she's saying is it's the voters. She's saying it's the voters.
No, it's not the voters. No, it's not the voters' fault.
No, I mean sometimes motherfuckers don't show up.
It ain't the voters' fault. The Democrats they ring the alarm. They ain't ringing the alarm. They're not putting enough emphasis that how fucking crazy this is. They're not putting the emphasis on the fact that they're trying to take votes away. They're not putting enough emphasis on the corruption of it. Every single time they say Trump's name, they should say the twice
Twice
impeached,
impeached,
4-time indicted,
sexual assault
sexual assault,
liable,
right? Pussy grabbing. They should pile on to this
fraudulent
motherfucker.
businessman,
Fraudulent businessman about to lose 290 minimum
tax evading.
dollars, tax evading. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, man. Come on. It's the Democrats and AJ Fitt is
I don't
like
know. I
they
think
pussies, man.
I mean, I think that messaging is out there. For me, the reality is that we're just in this place where everybody's kind of talking to themselves, right? Like even us, Shang. It's like, is any right winger MAGA person chiming in to listen to us? No. For the most part, in our comment, we get a fucknut troll every now and then. But for the most part, in our comment section, we're all like-minded individuals. And if you actually listen to any of these MAGA-headed motherfuckers, they're like totally embedded in Trump world, right-wing media world, Fox, Newsmax, OAN. Like they're not listening to this. So Democrats' messaging is already going to the people.
No, it's not. They're not.
Believe it.
No, I don't hear them talk about it enough. And I watch a lot of this shit. CNN, the other mainstream outlets are, you says, are more interested in talking about Trump and MAGA. Notice when the Democrats are on those platforms, they are being asked about Trump and MAGA more than they are anything. Exactly. So redirect the conversation into the fact. Talk about Trump.
But isn't Trump and MAGA the problem though?
No.
Well, no, they're a problem, Shane. They're a problem.
No,
they are the that's the problem.
They're not.
How? So they're good. They're good for America.
Okay, well, no, the MAGA and MAGA.
They are the problem.
The maggots know what's up. I'm talking about, but the Democrats not putting enough urgency on the democracy about to get shoved up an elephant's ass. I'm telling you, and they do spend money on local elections. They have actually made gains in some summit states, but people aren't talking about it. It's frustrating to see. Trump is ahead 46-44.
I don't trust these polls. And I know you. I know we talked about this a couple weeks ago or last week. Like I don't. These polls don't. I do not trust these polls anymore because the polls keep saying that Trump this, Trump that, MAGA this, MAGA that. It's close. It's gonna be. And then the Democrats and the liberals blow these motherfuckers out, and it's because black people show up to vote. And we have to do that. We have to keep showing up. We have to keep participating, so that we can legitimately complain. But circling back to the overall topic, we're in a place now where that also might not matter. You're showing up, you're participating, could still get gerrymandered, could be infringed upon, and we might not have the protections, the options, the avenues to fight them legally.
Well, legally, we need to fight them in the streets. Let's go.
I said legally.
All right, Kevin Keefe says Trump, the living personification of racism and criminality, being synonymous. Absolutely, but guess what? We know that. We should definitely put that out there more. The ads should be more attack ads. And I mean attack ads. I'm talking about attack ads, like like also, somebody from Gladiator, and then
you not into
right, and then he cuts the head off, and then he throws the head, and then they Photoshop the Trump's head like that in it.
So here's the thing. Here's another thing I think we should acknowledge is that we are still at this point, at this moment right now, Thanksgiving week out, just under a full year away from actually going and voting.
No, but it's time to fight, man.
No. I'm
just Chuck Norris.
No, I need that. But I really think that after the new year and in the 2024 calendar year, you're going to see a ramp up in campaigning, right?
No.
You still have these useless debates where Republicans are acting like they're going to consider anybody else.
None of these motherfuckers is going to beat Trump. DeSantis ain't even close. They said Nikki Haley's surging Oh, what, to 5%? Shut up. Shut up and wash your pussy and get the fuck
Did
out
y'all
of
watch
here.
not Billions, but Succession?
Nah.
The like the actual oldest son, like he was pretty hilarious. He was it's the guy who played Ferris Bueller's best friend in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but he decided to run for president and like was holding on to this 1% like it was so valuable. It was just a funny thing. So it's like all these 1%, 2%, 3% motherfuckers on the Republican side. It's like, what are you doing, dog? That you're done. So I think next year in the calendar cycle, 2024, we're gonna see a ramp up of messaging.
I can tell you what
I believe that.
I tell you who can solve this. But what does AJ Fitz say? Read what AJ.
He says plenty of Trump rallies, and Trump is his moniker for Trumpty Dumpty, which is my moniker for Donald J. Trump. But plenty of Trump rallies are half-ass empty that I've seen on the internet. Yes, I agree with that, AJ. They are dwindling. Like,
no, they're not.
They're not. No, oh yeah. No.
You and AJ Fit
No,
are
this
out of your
nigga
mind.
is at Des Moines High School West in a half-empty gym.
I saw him.
His rallies are not mobbed out. First of all, his
inauguration. He was in the lobby of Sushi Palace, and it was packed.
His inauguration was not what he put it out to be. Right, he was the largest crowd ever. It's like, nigga, stop. Orange nigga, stop. Okay. Orange Julius, please stop. So he's prone to lying about his attendance, his following, and all of that. But I agree with AJ on this. Like, and a lot of things we agree on. But
AJ wrong.
AJ wrong. AJ. I dare you to say that to his face.
I say it to his face. I say it to his face. I said,
but the reality is,
FaceTime, nigga.
People are not showing up for Trump.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Because in the election, these we need to be out there throwing more.
Even outside the court,
fighting more, throwing more blows, man. I don't understand why.
Outside all of these court indictments, it's gone. It's like dozens of motherfuckers out there now. Like,
we about to lose a vote.
Literally 24, 30 people motherfucker out there. Like, there's not these thousands of people showing up. It's not January 6th anymore.
That's not true.
A lot of these motherfuckers, I think
they already said, okay, they already are. It's called the Plan 54 or some shit like that. Where Trump is getting a bunch of people that can be in a position of legislation to overturn whatever election they want. They're trying to vote them in and lobby them in right now. So even if you do well, and if you're a Democrat, they're still going to overturn the shit. That's what they're doing. They're mobilizing. They're doing the shit right now. Just like we're talking about, we could possibly lose a vote if these judges don't do the right thing. So in turn, if the motherfuckers is mobilizing and we're a year out, then that means Democrats need to do the same shit with they bitch ass. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody, and AJ Fit, if you was there too, and
by the way, he says, Shane, put on your glasses and go check OG.
First off, cuz, let me tell you something.
Aye.
First off, cuz, let me tell you something. Nah,
hey man, let me tell you something.
Whether it's empty or not, that they still know he still could beat Biden.
Still.
Because Democrats is pussies and they won't come out and fight. So, and I am an OG and I do need to put on my glasses. So fuck you.
Still.
Hey,
no, I mean, I think
there you go, AJ Fit.
I mean, I think with the recent election results, for me, at least within the results, it shows that the Democratic messaging has been effective. Like,
not at all.
And no, listen, like these
Pedro,
states,
but you've also
a lot of these states,
you've had a head wound too, so you got to kind of.
I know. Yeah, man, I be drinking. But a lot of these states are putting what Rick Santorum would call sexy things like abortion on their state ballots.
That's hilarious. Sexy things like abortion.
When you put sexy things like abortion and marijuana on there, I'm like, well,
And what's next? Hand jobs and handouts.
but like Colorado is gonna put abortion on their ballot in terms of codifying rights to abortion within their state. And that's what the Dobbs decision was ultimately about, was about putting it into the hands of the state, of each individual state, about how they want to govern over abortion laws. But some of these states are like, okay, cool. And they put it on the ballot. And we saw it happen in Ohio, which is a fucknut state. But even conservative fucknut women are like, that's a lot.
But the Democrats, with they punk ass, don't realize age does matter pertaining to Biden. Biden, and right now, Biden should have. Me and Alonzo Bowden were talking Saturday night, and I agree with Alonzo Bowden. Shout out to Alonzo Bowden.
Funny,
he was
hilarious.
He was saying, I agree, he's a hilarious motherfucker.
Yeah.
That Biden should just hey, I've had a good run, and he should just hand it off to somebody younger and more aggressive, or somebody that can speak well, like a Gavin Newsom, and say, Gavin, I'm giving you my stamp of approval. Yeah. And Gavin Newsom would absolutely mop the floor with Trump in a debate. He'd mop the floor with any of these DeSantis in a debate, and people would, because he would be shiny and sexy to some people, they would vote for him, and they wouldn't worry about his age.
Yeah, and ultimately
they're worried about Biden's age.
Yeah, but I think when you brought up age and voter demographics, and again, I don't trust all of these polls, but
what are you talking about? He's losing votes because he didn't. There's people that are saying he didn't back the Palestine.
Right? No, so that's what I was about to say. So like with the younger voting bloc, I think 18 to 26. Biden is down 50 points. Like 70% of the young voting population does not agree with the way he's handling Palestine.
Israel and Palestine.
What I was going to say is just like, I'm not even sure, and I agree with what Alonzo told you to a degree, but I think that age isn't the only factor. I think it's really more about a more progressive voice.
No.
Listen, I think young people would rally around Bernie Sanders.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, they would. They already did, bro. It was already supposed to happen.
And the
DNC and Amy Wasserman Schultz and then the DNC, they fucked Bernie over in 2016, no doubt. But Bernie's voice has stayed true. Bernie, old ass Jewish man, is essentially pro-Palestine or pro two-state solution, right? He is anti-occupation and anti-Israel's actions post October 7th. So I truly believe in, I've been a burner since day one, but like I truly believe that it's really just more about a more progressive voice, because Biden, he's leaned into the old school politics. He is the reach across the aisle person that I think AJ mentioned earlier, right? The motherfucker we don't quite need in that sense, like a Joe Manchin and shit like that, right? So like, listen, Joseph Robinette Biden, President Joseph Robinette Biden has done a good job in this term. He has gotten a lot of things passed.
No, I'm not saying he didn't. It doesn't matter.
Y'all get money for for having kids.
Yeah, just when he's an old man and they look at him like, oh, he old. Just like AJ Fidget said, check your glasses, OG. I can see you weightlifting motherfucker.
Miyu says the younger voters are distracted by shiny objects and may not be paying attention to history. Haven't we learned from 9/11 or 9/11? I'm sorry. To start asking who, what, where, when, why, and how. Only problem with that, Miyu, and I agree with you, is that the younger voters, like an 18-year-old, literally was just like not alive when 9/11 happened. You know what I mean? Like I was I was 24. Sorry, when that occurred. And that's a formative adult age. But I'm not sure that a kindergarten, like I'm pretty sure a kindergartner at that time did not understand this the way I did,
Okay,
and
and I just
wouldn't have the context.
they
So
wouldn't have.
so I agree with you, Miyu. But the only problem is a lot like an 18-year-old voter right now coming into it, or the 17-year-olds who are about to be 18 by the time November rolls around next year. They're just like they weren't alive during it. You know what I mean? It'd be
It
like
just
asking us to vote on you know, Vietnam shit or whatever. You
they're
know what I
like,
mean? Saying like
nah, no. That I think the younger
I
voters,
historically I now understand the
but
bullshit around it, but I wasn't there
what
for
are
it.
they called? The Young Turks. The one woman said, "I would
Mhm.
never vote for Biden because the
Anna.
way he's handling, yeah, the way he's handling things." And now he did send a basically a letter to Israel and Yaka Yamin. What's his name?
Netanyahu.
Net
Netanyahu. Bibi.
Netanyahu.
They call him Bibi.
Yeah, Miyaka Makalaka. They sent one to him and asking for a ceasefire. And you know how many people? How come we don't see that all over the news? That Biden was like, "Yo, y'all need a ceasefire. The fuck you doing? Nobody cares."
Well, it's just like I said when we first started talking about this a couple weeks ago. America and Israel's agenda governmentally are too closely tied. They're just in line. So
Yeah.
yeah, Biden's like,
A,
yeah,
A,
no, they got it.
AJ Fit has said exactly what I'm feeling, and
Okay.
you know what, AJ Fit, I'll take back that I could see you and I called you a motherfucker because you right on time. And by the way, you probably
AJ,
have fucked people who are mothers, so I was
hey,
accurate.
AJ Fit says it's blowing up with people saying Biden is setting our taxes funding genocide, so Biden can hang it up. That's on both sides, especially younger gen. I mean, this is a reality.
Yeah,
Our tax dollars, yeah, we're funding. We've always funded Israel like that is, and any actions they take, and the missiles are ours. The money is ours. Um, the state itself essentially it was. I mean, I've always said this. Like Great Britain gets the credit for negotiating the establishment of the state of Israel, but I've always felt like America was the main factor behind it because
right,
right after World War II, I mean, England was bombed the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Winston Churchill was in goddamn tunnels with rats,
right.
trying to hide from German
He
bombs.
was
So
he was
like,
giving hand jobs for ham sandwiches,
I'm like, I don't know how powerful they were at that time. I really don't
but
believe that.
right now,
But
younger audience, younger voters who usually are misinformed and they do bite onto whatever headline are going to see it as, hey, he's funding genocide, which to a point, that's true. And even though Israel doesn't want to take accountability for some of the fuckery they've done, and we're not allowed to say that because that means we don't like Jews. That's what people automatically, you must not love the Jews then. No, I have Jewish friends. I can call you out when you're acting like a fuck. If you're drunk at a party and I'm like with my Jewish friend and he slaps some girl, I'm allowed to say, hey, Kenny, stop doing that. And Lebibowitz, get off of her. And then they'll say, well, if you tell him that, you must hate the Jews. No, I just think right now, the way Israel's handling shit, and the way Biden is handling the situation, but he did ask for a ceasefire. I don't
Biden
think,
did
yeah, Biden did.
when
Like
it must have been 7 minutes ago.
Friday.
Oh, really? Oh, I got it. I missed that.
I will pull it up while
Oh
you.
yeah, I'm not
No, I
trying to
want to put it
challenge it.
on
I'm
there.
just like, oh shit, I missed that.
And as I
Because
put
he
on my
he
glass,
hadn't been there, you know what I mean? He was not in a ceasefire place
what he said is
prior to this.
illegal.
Wait, I just wanted to address Miyu real quick. Miyu says that genocide conversation is distorted. We're not talking about how Palestine is not denouncing Hamas, how Hamas received the Israeli intelligence from Iran / Putin, who got it from Trump. Okay, so the last part I don't know about. I don't know about Putin, Trump, Iran connection. I don't know. When you say that Palestine is not denouncing Hamas, um, okay, so Hamas is the governing body in Gaza, right? But not in the West Bank, which are the two quote unquote Palestinian regions of that area, right? From what I understand, though, is that first of all, that like Bibi Netanyahu was in favor of Hamas over PLO back in the day, and we're talking when I say back in the day, I think we're talking about like 93 or so, 1993, the late 1900s, as these kids would call it, but that Hamas got 44% of the vote when they got voted in. That's not a majority, guys. It's not like America. I brought this up before. There were more than two parties, right? So the other 56% of Palestinian votes got diluted among these other parties. But the
Right.
reality is the majority of Palestinians wanted something else other than Hamas. And it really does look like Netanyahu has propagated this terrorist organization, above other things, in order to serve a purpose. Man, listen, like, we got to understand that, like, the Vietnam War was based on a lie, right? Like, the United States said that North Vietnam attacked a Navy ship in
And it didn't
Tonkin
even
Bay,
wasn't even
and it did not happen. And we went to war for years, and law got our ass kicked over a lie, right? They had Colin Powell, motherfucking Condoleezza Rice, George Bush, all of them stood up there and lied to us about weapons of mass destruction
and there was
in
none.
Iraq, and there were none. There were none in Iraq. There were no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Saddam Hussein had no fucking WMDs. I ended up going to fucking Afghanistan twice. I did. They wouldn't even let us go to Iraq because that shit was so violent. They wouldn't even take comedians there at the time that I went. Right.
Yeah, I went
But
and we would slap boxing the whole time.
what I'm saying is that, like, these, like, nations will go to war and propagate a lie to serve a purpose. Like, it's historically been proven. We see it. Vietnam,
Yeah,
Afghanistan, or Iraq, Afghanistan,
and
right?
what's
Like,
happening right now, I can show you right now. Okay, here it is. Biden administration and Biden staff signed open letter demanding ceasefire in Israel Hamas war. Even though he did that, a ceasefire is not peace. So basically, Politico is saying, even though he asked, I don't know why it looks like they're about to dance.
well, Biden looks like somebody stuck something in his ass
Like,
right as they were hugging.
oh,
He's like, whoa.
oh, oh, ooh, ah. But yeah, Biden actually did that. This is actually Friday, and he's asking that hundreds of federal employees sign it. But he did send a letter over, and
Okay.
so, and of course, Net Mbahu in Mbaku. I don't know. He's not the dude from Black Panther. He was like, "Fuck you. We eradicate them. That's it."
Miyu says Israel and Palestine have this decades long war that's been going on and will probably continue to go on. Why is this coming up now? I mean, obviously I don't have the answer to that, Miyu, but in my humble opinion, and what up, B Prior? I see. What up, though? In my humble opinion, referring back to Vietnam and Iraq or Iraq, um, I see a narrative where you could say that, like, Israel had intelligence around this Hamas attack that was occurring occurred on October 7th. Just like 9/11, the Bush administration had intelligence that was informing them that these motherfuckers are planning to run planes into a building,
Right.
and they did nothing about it.
Oh, and let me tell you.
Israel had intelligence that said Hamas was going to do exactly what they did on October 7th. According to them, they thought it was going to happen in the north.
Right.
And I think they were looking more at Hezbollah.
Uh,
But the reality is, in real time, they did not respond well. And now I'm seeing reports that Israeli attack helicopter, like the defense force that did respond on that day, may have killed a lot of their own people as well. Right? Just
yeah, but
within the retaliation.
you know what? Net Yuck Shamalama Ding Dong. He
Neti pot.
Netty Pie. He wanted it to happen. I think that honestly, there's two conspiracies out there that, and this is not, this is just some shit I heard or read, that a lot of times Israel wants them to do something fucked up.
So, bro, it's nuck if you buck. Nuck if you buck, nigga.
They wanted it. So they can be like, hey, we are justified for eradicating these motherfuckers off the planet.
I wish a motherfucker
would. So, I mean, it's not about peace. It's not about that. I know that. And I know we got off on this, but we should move. The vote. Yeah, we're going to move because it's almost, almost there.
But yeah, ultimately we got into this. And B Prior, I see he was like, we went to Vietnam for the poppy seed, that China white hair wrong. He also says they had the intel on the Pearl Harbor attack, but those that were too close chose to ignore it. I don't know, man. I try not to be a conspiracy theorist.
No, America
historically
they
we've
drop
seen
crack into the nigga hoods.
They'll let these tragedies happen in order to create an impetus for the war machine. And bro, they making bombs. The bombs don't make money unless you use them, nigga. Like
unless
when you make a bomb, you gotta use that bitch, or you don't need more bombs.
Shit up.
And then Northrop Grumman and all these other companies, Boeing and all that shit, they don't get the money they need.
It's like when Iron Man realized Stark Industries was funding terrorism.
Yeah.
Then he said, I'm against it, and blew up his own shit. That's the only way America would do that, is if Iron Man decided enough of this bullshit.
Tony Stark for president.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, guys, we should keep it pushing though. But the reality of the topic we were bringing up today is that our voting rights are under attack, and we need to pay attention, and watch these judges as they decide on our future rights. Okay, vote while you can. Stay active, y'all. That being said, we're gonna keep it pushing. I'm gonna give it to you, and when I give it to you, it always sounds like the
hey. It's your boy Black Pedro popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
It's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. Ding. Game time!
Wow.
First of all, sorry, I didn't mean
to yell. No, it's okay. I have on the headphones. I heard you.
I tried to back up off the mic. My bad.
It didn't work. You know what?
He's like, my ears are bleeding. Sorry.
I'm bleeding profusely.
My bad. I didn't mean to do that to y'all.
See what you did to. See what
I might have woken up some kids at some people's houses, but this weekend presented several thrilling American football matches that warmed the cockles of my heart.
Well, we know which one probably warmed your heart the most.
Well, it's up in the air, but I will say that Michigan football is the most important thing in my life. I love Michigan football, my mother, and my sister, in that order. And this Saturday, they went on the road for their 11th game of the season to face, potentially the most challenging offense that they could that they have so far.
We already know.
And they handled business, man. It was a fight. What's his name? So the Miami Dolphins quarterback, Tagovailoa, right? His little brother is the quarterback at Maryland, where Michigan was playing on the road.
Right.
And this kid is tough, right? He's out there. He's got the feet. He's got an arm. He can make plays. And Michigan gave up the most points they've ever given up this year, 24 points. They won by 7, 31. All phases of Michigan's team scored.
Right.
The offense, the defense, and special teams. So it was an all-around victory. They fought through that. And now, and trust me, all week, all I'm going to be talking about is number 2, Ohio versus number 3, Michigan, at Michigan this coming Saturday, bruh. Both teams are 11-0.
All right.
It's going down.
I'm letting you know ahead of time that Detroit football is not focusing on that shit at all.
Well, no. The whole state
right
is
now.
It's a lot going on. So
no,
what?
They're
So
focused on a particular
No, you're
particular
wrong. You don't know
animal.
what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking
You
about.
don't think that they're focusing on a team that hasn't had a winning record?
I mean, listen, the Michigan Wolverines are a state icon. It splits the state. Some people are Michigan State fans. I don't know who does that, but whatever. But the Lions, yes, they are actually the most popular team in the state.
Thank you for yes.
And the Lions fan base is dedicated. For those who don't know or need a reminder, I started watching strictly the Lions, but in NFL games this year again after like a 7-year hiatus after they did Kaepernick wrong, racist motherfuckers. Fuck you, Goodell. He got booed, by the way, at the Lions game on Sunday when they introduced him. But and that's the commissioner of the NFL. But yes, man, this yesterday,
It's the Lions.
I was actually at work. I got one homie at work who's also from the D, so we were locked into the game. And to be honest, man, with 4 minutes left, Detroit was down 12 points. 4 minutes left in the whole fucking game. Jared Goff has thrown 3 interceptions. And there was a fumble on like a kick return, right? So like
it found a way.
The Lions have 4 turnovers. You're down 12. We're at home against one of the worst teams in the fucking league. The Bears are eating ass this year, right?
Double ass. But
and I'm literally I said out loud after the Bears kicked their last field goal to go up 26-14 with about 4 minutes left, I said out loud, well, this is over. That's game.
You're wrong.
Thank God.
I was just saying.
Thank God.
All right, I'm gonna
the Lions come around and score. They score 17 more points in 4 minutes, bro. 2 touchdowns, an extra point, and then at the end of the game, they sealed the game. Aiden Hutchinson, go blue, University of Michigan, strip sack, fumble on the Bears quarterback, Justin Fields. Fuck Ohio State, you fucking punk. Having a terrible year, and you deserve it. And that turned into a safety. I guess I got inspired. Like, really, bro, don't ever give up. I said out loud that game was over.
Well,
the Lions should have lost that game.
No,
the Lions should, bro. They had 4 turnovers.
You know why?
And they were down 12.
Okay.
They had to score 2 touchdowns in 4 minutes.
Pedro,
and they did that.
I gotta
shit.
come in. Listen, Pedro.
Did that shit.
I'm not necessarily a big Detroit Lions proponent, but the Lions have proven in their 8-3 record the comeback when they're fucking up is their thing. Would you agree?
That what? Like fucking up and
Coming
coming
back
back?
when they're fucking up and they come back anyway.
You know,
And it's the old find a way.
it hasn't been the total theme this year, right? They've dominated a lot of games. Last week was a shootout against the Chargers here in LA, and they went back and forth, and just neither defense could stop the other, right? So last week was a week where they just had to rely on offense the whole game. And in this game yesterday, it was just one of those things where like both sides of the ball were kind of failing. And then at the end of the game, the Lions just turned up on
Well,
offense,
they're able
and the defense got the stops they needed. Like even holding the Bears to a field goal with 4 minutes left changed the game. If the
Right.
Bears had
So
scored the
how do you
touchdown,
not give Detroit Lions the props for that
oh,
portion of it?
oh, that's exactly what I'm doing.
But you just said that they should have lost the game.
They should have.
No,
Mathematically,
no,
logistically, they did not play
no.
a good game until the last 4 minutes, bro.
Right, but that's when it counts. If you look at
no doubt. And this in the past, this is when the Lions would have absolutely lost the game.
folded.
Last week they would have folded too in the past. But what my whole segment here, what I'm highlighting game time is that these motherfuckers are built different, bro. And this is a real ass team.
I agree with
And
you.
the Lions, the last time the Lions had this record, they are 8-2 right now. Bro, the last time the Lions were 8-2 was the year Martin Luther King was assassinated, my nigga. Like, I don't know exactly what part of the year. 1968 is the last time the Detroit Lions had
No way. Hold on.
record, bro. 1968 is the last time the Lions had an 8-2 record. Again, I'm gonna emphasize this. I have never seen this in my lifetime. I know football. I love it.
I just looked it up.
They are a real ass team.
Well, I'm gonna tell you who's not a real ass team. My team is not. Well, the Jets are okay.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Yeah. Tough year.
They
lost their guy. AJ Fitz says, Pedro, doesn't Iowa have NSU? Iowa State and the Cyclones, and making it a big deal between the rivals. I'm not sure where NSU is. What's NSU, AJ Fit? But listen, this is I hate trying to say this phrase, but in college football, this is rivalry week. Right? It's the week of rivals. So everybody's gonna be playing USC,
right? But that's what I'm saying. Right now,
a lot of rivals are playing
in Michigan in general. The talk of the town, at least when I was watching ESPN, because they were talking about the college football. Because I only watch the highlights. I know that sounds fucked up. Like I literally say, "Hey, I'll just watch all the highlights," and they weren't talking about Michigan college football. You know what they were talking about? These motherfucking Lions.
Go Lions.
Yeah, they were talking about the Lions, and they said
on Sunday, they're gonna be talking pro football.
You know what I'm saying?
If you watch on Saturday,
no, okay. But I'm just letting you know what I watched, and I watch ESPN. Okay, the leader in sports entertainment, just putting it out there, and they said that.
AJ Fitz says North. So there's a North State University in Iowa. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of rivals out there, but what I do know is that the game refers to Michigan versus Ohio.
Okay. Well, I'm glad Pedro's team is doing well because I didn't want to come on
University. Wait, that don't even make sense. Which one is it? There's a North-South University in Iowa. I didn't even know that. That doesn't.
They don't even know that.
In LA, they got a high school called University. I'm not lying. Uni High. They're the Wildcats. Wow. University High School. That shit's confusing.
I'm going to give props to Pedro's Detroit Lions. Last year there was a lot of sadness.
Well, do you understand that this Thursday? So the Detroit Lions started the tradition of Thursday of Thanksgiving Day football. Like that was a Detroit Lions organizational foundation. They started this shit, and most of my lifetime, I sit around while the turkey's in the oven and the stuffing's getting dressed and all of that shit, and the cranberries are getting crammed, and the Lions
I don't think that sounds right. The cranberries getting crammed.
I didn't say crammed, just crammed.
It sounded like you sound like some kind of sexual assault.
When the berries are getting crammed.
Yeah.
The Lions were getting their ass kicked.
I know everybody on the feed. Everybody heard you say that's sexual abuse language.
It's very, very sexual. But here's the thing. Most Thanksgivings, I watch the Lions get hornswoggled.
Yeah.
Like thallywhacked and shit. And
this
is the first year where I'm like, and they're about to play the Green Bay Packers, a rival. They've already asked once this year. I
think that game's a foregone conclusion. But aside from that, well, let's see what happens.
I'm excited to watch the Lions play this Thursday on Thanksgiving. Let's go. AJ Fitz says, where I play pool, always see them and trips me out because that's not this state and it'd be full of them. Yeah, I would get out of Iowa. I wouldn't even hang out there.
No, I know Iowa's not that bad.
All right,
you know what is bad? You know what is bad? It's bad if you don't, subscribe to the goddamn channel. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you're a better person and your family is a better person. And if you do subscribe to the channel, your mama is not a hoe. So click it. Click the little bell like this. Make sure you rate us. And, the thumbs are very important. I know that you grasp things with them, but you can also give us thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe and make sure you follow us on social media at Black Pedro, at Comedian Shang, and on Threads, Black Pedro, Comedian Shang.
My bad. AJ said it's not Iowa, bruh. Nebraska.
Okay, my bad.
As a Big Ten fan, I'm gonna ask, what's the fucking difference, bro? God damn.
Saw that coming.
God. Nebraska, Iowa. Run!
He didn't even see that coming. Also, make sure that you check us out on the Facebookage, SavageA.F. Okay. I'm gonna do mine is gonna be super quick because I already said it. Yeah, I already said it in the show. But I think the Democrats are pussies, and they need to put the cup on because it's gonna be a fight.
Cup it up.
Look, Dems, AJ Fitz said it best. They a bunch of pussies. It's time that you better get out there. Yeah, y'all got to dig it out there. I mean, y'all got really this Pedro. This is how deadly we got to do it. We got to start. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We got. Yeah. You got to.
What movie did Jean-Claude Van Damme punch a snake and then
I
it just died? That's not even that hard of a punch.
Yeah, I didn't know you could knock out snakes like that. But we need to definitely know, we need to make sure that we go hard in the paint at these motherfuckers that are trying to take away our rights, take away our rights to vote, and all of that. And we're not doing it. We're not doing what we need to do. We need to hit them in the nuts. We need to fight them. Fight. I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of it. You guys, I'm tired of it. Look, we need to throw hands because right now the Democrats are a bunch of pussies, and I'm gonna tell you why. All right, I'm gonna pull up. I'm before we go because it's very short. I'm not gonna even pull it up. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna type it in there.
Shit.
I'm gonna type some shit. There's a guy, another mic. There's two different mics. that are out there that are the devil. And but this Mike, I just posted it on my Facebook.
It's Michael Jordan, and then who's the other one? Who's the
Um,
devil? The devil.
oh, well, this is the Trump attack dog. Basically, he's going to be a Trump's attack dog. All right, and he wants to be the next attorney general. And what he's going to do is, he said, we're going to put kids in cages. We're going to have the black people we need to have a war on black people. And this is quote.
Who is this Mike? I need this name.
I'm about to pull him up. I no, you like.
It's not Mike Johnson, is it?
No, it's not the guy that's the religious guy.
Speaker. Okay.
No, it's not him. And I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can read this motherfucker's name. All right. And you guys think he's not gonna do the things he says he's gonna do? He absolutely is gonna do the things he says he's gonna do. I want to play it, but I can't log it in. But he said, like, flat out, race war. I want to have a race war.
Right, we gotta have a name, Shane. Mike who?
He's on.
Nigga, you can't be like John's coming, nigga. John who? Wick?
Oh man, no. Mike Davis.
Mike Davis. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's he from? Who is he? I don't know.
Mike Davis.
I don't know his name.
Yes, Mike Davis, who could be Trump's attorney general. He should be. Okay, right now that's who we should be worried about, because he is everything bad that you could ever think of. This is this dude ever that you could ever think of. And if you see this face, I'm going to put him up here right now. If you see this face, this is the guy. Right. Mike Davis. That is the guy. That's him. Mike. That's him. Mike Davis. So Democrats, this motherfucker's out there. He's lobbying now. He's the one that is the favorite to be the attorney general. He already said literally, we're going to lock up. We're going to put some kids in cages. Mike Davis. So we're going to put some kids in cages. We're going to make sure that we have a war on some of these blacks, flat out. I'll send you the link to what Mehdi Hassan did a whole report on it. And the blacks in the cities, he said he wants to.
And in Nebraska, AJ.
And Nebraska.
Run, nigga, run.
Yes, and they're going to get you, AJ. Also, he said he wants to get internment camps for all the illegals before we ship them out. What's that sound like? Sounds like Nazi to me. So, Mike Davis, make sure that y'all look out for this motherfucker. I will send Pedro the link because it was too long to play. I wanted to play it. Mehdi Hassan.
Play on player.
Mehdi Hassan pretty much said what it is. And the Democrats, you better put on your cup. You better suit up, because this wait until next year shit is not the way to go, because they're already putting shit in place right now, pretending to the vote, pretending to everything else. So let me tell you something. Again, let's say his name again. Mike Davis. Mike Davis. A raging racist. A raging MAGA beyond belief.
Courageous.
We need to knock him out, man. We need to knock him out. That's the dumbest. You can see he did it with his thumb. Push the rubber snake down. That's the worst.
That garden hose.
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna send you the link.
I heard this dude's name at all. Did not know anything about him. So thank you for the
it's a 3 minute. See, it's too long to play. It's 3 minutes of him showing the different clips of him saying this shit flat out. And I wanted to kind of digest it, but I was like, when I downloaded it, it was so large, we couldn't put it on StreamYard. So Mike Davis, look out for him, because he's going to be one of the giant dickweeds that is going to try to turn back the clock. Yeah, so making sure y'all know that. Mike Davis, not Mike Jones. Mike Davis.
LG said, yeah, he sounds stupid. And they all do, if you're listening. Savage AF, man, fuck your feelings. Facts matter. That's your Shangry for today. That's your show for today. Black Pedro, comedian Shang. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably do a show Wednesday. Definitely not Thursday.
No, Thursday, no.
No, Thursday's Thanksgiving. I want y'all to have a happy one. But we'll be back tomorrow to give it to you.
Yeah, and I just put the link in there for you to see what this Mike Davis person said. It's a link to YouTube. It's Mehdi Hassan Show. Make sure you check out this crazy motherfucker that Trump is trying to put as the attorney
You
general.
crazy mother.
So the link is for all you people in there. The link
I'll
is
put it on
right
the screen, screenshot it, copy it, whatever you need to do. It's up there for y'all, man.
Scary, scary times.
Hey, listen. In the meantime, in between time,
Yeah.
tomorrow's show, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But
Yes,
until
yes, yes.
then, until when, keep 3 things in mind. Boys and girls, write this down. Get it all around town. Don't be a clown. Number 1.
Wow.
Stay black if you are black. Yeah.
And don't be whack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack. Number 2. Don't be black if you're not black.
And don't do
That's
jumping
whack.
jacks.
Yeah. What are you on, crack?
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
3.
You look hungry. You want a snack?
Right. Number 3, for all my bros and my hoes, keep your finger out your nose.
And there it goes.
Rah.
We'll see you tomorrow. Later.